Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow Room. Oh, that hurt. I just hit my thing on the table here. Overflow Room. There. I'll survive. So, this is a small number of discs, but rather interesting ones, actually, because we begin with the Great Conductors of the 20th Century twofer, dedicated to Serge Koussevitzky, one of the most important figures in 20th century music, in the first half of the 20th century, as leader of the Boston Symphony particularly, but not necessarily. I wonder just how great a conductor this guy was, probably because so many of his recordings sound lousy. But here we get Tchaikovsky Symphony No. 5, okay, Rachmaninoff's The Isle of the Dead, the Liszt Mephisto Waltz No. 1. These are with the Boston Symphony, the BBC Symphony, and the London Philharmonic. Sibelius 7 with the BBC Symphony. Koussevitzky was a big Sibelius proponent. Roy Harris's Symphony No. 3. And, last but not least, Beethoven's 5th. I'm just of two minds about these performances. I really am. They have wonderful moments. Some of them are very good. I mean, the Tchaikovsky is very good. He always did good Russian stuff. And the Roy Harris is important because of, what it is, although I don't think it's a great performance of the work. The Isle of the Dead, well, the sound kind of kills it. I don't know. I really wish I had a better sense of the guy. I've got a big box of like thousands of CDs of stuff that he recorded, but I still haven't quite been able to wrap my brain around it. Anyway, there was supposed to be a big Koussevitzky box coming on RCA, but of course, RCA, BMG, and Sony seem to have tanked when it comes to their reissue programs, and that would have required a lot of remastering and careful work, so it might have been quite expensive to put out, and I don't know. I don't know if it's coming or not coming. I doubt it. I just doubt it. Nothing is happening now. Excuse me. So, that's Koussevitzky. That's all I have down here in the Overflow Room. I've got more of his stuff upstairs, like I said, in the big box. All kinds of lousy sounding things. Then we've got 2 discs of Magdalena Kožená French arias with the Mahler Chamber Orchestra under Mark Minkowski, who's just the perfect guy to do the Mahler Chamber Orchestra. But these are French arias by not necessarily French composers entirely, although most of them are. We've got Aubert, Gounod, Massenet, Verdi, Berlioz. The King of Thule aria. That's so beautiful. The solo viola. I just want to die. It's gorgeous. Let's see. And the Veil Song from Don Carlos, and Ravel from L'Heure Espagnole, Massenet from Don Quixote, Thomas Boieldieu from La Dame Blanche, which is a beautiful work that nobody pays any attention to. Gounod, Offenbach from Tales of Hoffmann, Massenet from Cendrillon, and Bizet, Carmen. Yes, it ends with Les Tringles des Sistres Tintées. Tante. It's the la 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 thing that she does. She does a lot of la la lying, doesn't she? But anyway, the tavern scene. So there you go. Very beautifully sung. She's a very fine, very, very fine singer, even if she did marry Simon Rattle, for which she probably never will be forgiven. Then we've got this very interesting disc. It's Songs. It's just called Songs. And it even has a Russian thing, Pesny, in Cyrillic. Pesny, songs in Russian. You've got the Chanson Maracas by Ravel, which are fun. Shostakovich's Satires on verses by Sasha Chorny. That was like one of those radical things he wrote that got banned and all this other stuff. Il Tramonto by Respighi. Schulhoff's Drei Stimmungsbilder, 3 atmospheric portraits for soprano, violin, and piano, which is marvelous. And Britain's A Charm of Lullabies. This is a fabulous program. I mean, it really is. I mean, she deserves all kinds of credit for putting together such an enterprising selection of song cycles. And it's a beautiful disc. It really is. So there's that. So I kept it. I hung on to it. And last but not least, Joseph Cosma, 1905 to 1963. The French guy. He wrote chansons, sort of a pop music composer. And we've got with François Leroux and Jeff Cohen piano, and some other people. Let's see, who else have we got here? Wait a minute, Francois Leroux, and we've got a violin and a viola, yes, and a cello and an accordion. You got to have an accordion, and a clarinet, and Jeff Cohen on the piano. But you've got Les Feuilles Mortes, the dead leaves. Oh, famous song. Si tu t'imagines, and the Rue des Blancs Manteaux, and Son coupe frère, dans des automates, and Faut pas m'en vouloir. Oh my goodness. The Rue de Seine, and Jésus Lacaille, and Chant du Ghetto. Song cycle. Songs of the Ghetto. I mean, it's beautiful stuff. It really is. You don't get too many Cosma discs running around out there. So this is fun. This is really fun. So that was something to hang on to for my Cosma collection. And that, my friends, is what we got today from the Overflow Room. Like I said, it was a small batch, but kind of an interesting one, I think, don't you? I mean, a nifty selection of vocal and orchestral stuff by major and less major figures. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care.